Hello, welcome to our Checkachats episode number 3. Today I have got Jamie and Gareth here with me to talk about the trade side of our platform. So do you guys want to sort of introduce yourselves and tell us a bit about what you do and how long you've been here?
I'll go first. Yeah, all right. Hi, Jamie Logue. I'm the product director and I look after all things trade here at Checkatrade. I feel like I've been here ages. It's taken a long time to get to know our customers, but I've been at Checkatrade about 2.5 years now.
I recruited you.
You did. I remember the phone call very well. Thank you very much, Pia.
Yeah, I'm Gareth Jenkins. I'm Senior Engineering Manager for the trade part of our business. I've been at Checkatrade for just over 3.5 years now. Seen all manner of changes in the time here, always keeping on the toes. I'm responsible for all of the engineering teams to deliver everything that we need to, envisioned by Jamie especially.
So we make it up and you make it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So first of all, Jamie, would you mind sharing a little bit about your current sort of key focus areas for the trade side of our platform from a product perspective?
Yeah, of course, Pia. So look, I think the main thing that we're really trying to accomplish at the moment is making sure that our proposition and the services that we provide to the trades are really the things that they want, the things that they value. And I think there's a couple of different aspects we can take to that. The first and most important thing is that they are paying for what they want. And a lot of what we're trying to do here is to try and bundle up the way that we distribute leads and the way that we distribute jobs, because ultimately we know that at the heart of whatever we want to do, the trades, and particularly the Checkatrade members that we've got, they want to deliver an outstanding experience for their consumers and our consumers and their customers. So actually, how do we provide them with the right kind of products and packages so that they can get the things that they need, so they can do the jobs that they want to do, so that ultimately end up with a happy consumer. The other kind of key element of what we're trying to do here is we hear so much from our trades that there's a couple of key things that they're trying to do, or at least there's a couple of key things that we can help them with. The first is obviously help me find work, and quality work that turns into a paid job. I'm not just running around doing quotes. At the end of the day, it's all about kind of getting the jobs in and getting paid. But a lot of it's about how can I either expand my business, and to help our members do that, we're offering a whole variety of different new products and services, which means they can grow out their business, they can buy in additional leads, they can start to test new categories, they can start to test new areas. And we're really here to support, particularly in the early stages of growth, where we can really start to help them facilitate all of their incoming leads and get the jobs up. The second thing that we really want to do is give our members time back. Yeah. And the reason I say this is when we kind of generally go out and do our research and we ask our customers, our trades, what is it they want, they're either trying to grow their business or they're actually quite happy with the side of their business. But I'd like to spend more time with family, friends, weekend activities, improving my handicap, going on holiday. And we recognise as a business that the administrative tasks that a lot of trades have to go through can take up a huge amount of time. And quite often it's partners, admin staff, or if I'm honest, Sundays, and weekends and out of hours, and that takes a lot of that time. So a lot of what our focus is at the moment is how do we provide the tools and the services to make sure that our trades have a better day-to-day working life and actually focus on the things that they do really well, which is delivering outstanding jobs and outstanding experiences for their customers and our consumer base.
So all effectively part of making home improvements easy for both sides of the platform and being that enabler that takes the pain away effectively.
That's our role here as a product and engineering company, is actually just to go help us understand the problem that you've got, and we'll come up with ways to fix it for you.
And Gareth, from engineering perspective, share a little bit of kind of from your perspective in terms of what does that mean?
So I think, one of the key things we're trying to build is the foundations where we can offer a very unique, tailored product offering to every trade, regardless of what their particular needs are. There's a vast difference between a large enterprise client who just needs a good volume of valuable leads coming through, versus maybe a lifestyle trade who comes to us who just needs a small amount of work to come in. It could be some that flex up and down in their particular needs over time as well. So, what we need to offer varies massively, particularly on the particular trades, and we're really building those foundations that allow us to offer very tailored packages.
I think one thing I'd build on that point actually is I think we are seeing a generational shift at the moment as well. If I go back to kind of and I don't want to get into a conversation about how old I am or feel these days, but the way that trades work has changed. It used to be I'd have a big paper diary and I'd write it in and I'd cross out. And we're seeing that different generations are coming with, if I'm honest, a very, very different expectation of how they want to work.
Exactly.
So actually what we're spending a lot of time is listening to these, younger trades, those who are maybe coming through an apprenticeship, maybe those that are starting their new business for the first time. And their expectation is that they have these digital products and services ready to go. And that's how they want to start. They don't want to start with a bit of paper. They want to go straight into these digital tools and services. And that's what me and Gareth do. Listen to what is it you want, what do you want it to look like, and we're going to build it.
And I suppose that's exactly what we're looking to do as an organisation, is to digitise what's effectively, historically been probably a sector that has been way behind the curve in terms of the sort of digital maturity. So
it's really difficult because it's obviously it's an industry that's, I would say, quite far behind in terms of the digitisation of the marketplace. We could all attest to how food delivery works nowadays, how you can order a taxi or a minicab, booking flights, booking hotels, anything like that. It's a very, very different way of working. And I think that's the problem that we're really excited about dealing with. It's something that it's not very often you get to go into an industry that's not had that digital process put in place yet. So it's a great opportunity for us to get involved with real problem solving.
But I was going to add, it's also quite challenging in respect in that, automating or providing that full end-to-end online experience for Uber, for a taxi company, for example, you've got relatively simple service delivery there at the end of the day. But when your range of service deliveries goes from a cleaning job through to building a very large property, it's very different. So really we're going to have to take a very tailored individual experience for different types of sectors. And that's a key part of our experimentation and learning, really, is start to look at that, look at what the right kind of experience is, how do we digitise that fully on a vertical kind of basis with the different sectors.
Next, guys, without revealing any top secrets, what's some of the cool new stuff that I guess trades can expect over the coming year or two?
There's a little bit of buzzword bingo in here. We know AI is such a popular platform at the moment, and it could do so many wonderful things, and it's something that we're really, really interested in testing out and building new experiences on. I have some slight nervousness about it. I think I'm a massive fan of it. I think it can be really productive and a huge support to both us as a business operating, but also actually how a trade wants to manage their work day to day. But I don't think we're in a place where we completely want to remove that human interaction. I think particularly with the customers that we work with, both on the trade and the consumer side, trust is ultimately at the foundation of everything that you want to do. As a trade, you want to trust that the person whose home you're going into understands what they want, understands what they want to do, and ultimately they're going to be happy and pay at the end of it. And a consumer has got a similar experience, so actually they want to have that level of trust that the person coming into their home understands what they want, is charging a reasonable price, and is trustworthy. And at the moment, I think that's most of what our platform is about. It's about building those trusted experiences. And without giving too many top secrets away, I think one of the ways that we really want to go about doing this is improving the way that trades and the consumers talk to each other. Because it's a real challenge. We hear it so often is, we might have one of our members wants to phone the consumer, but the consumer's busy and they want to do it on WhatsApp, and someone else wants to do it on email, and it's massive inconsistency. And actually, when you're going out and getting lots of quotes for work, and there's lots of initiatives that you want to do in your home, staying on track of it's really, really hard. So I think the big thing that we want to do is kind of double down on how do we create that trusted environment, how do we make the communication tools between both sides of this marketplace better, but at the same time help a consumer manage all of the different jobs that they've got to do.
Absolutely.
And help a trade manage all the different jobs that they do. And they're slightly different experiences. As much as I'd love to copy and paste one experience into the other, they are very, very different.
So one of our values is be bold. So what would you say, Jamie, this means in the context of product development at Checkatrade?
Well, the first thing I'd say is I think there's a really great culture here at Checkatrade where, like I'm saying, this is always the perfect answer, but sometimes we can ask for forgiveness rather than permission.
Right.
So actually we are able to go out and test new technologies that Gareth's attested to. We are able to go and try new ways of doing things. And if they don't work, that's okay. We look to get that feedback from our members and our consumers really quickly. We've probably thrown away more prototypes than we've actually developed, because by the time we get it out there, it's not quite working the way that we want to. Additionally, it's really difficult to disrupt this market.
Okay.
It's a really challenging environment because both sides of the market have a particular way that they want to work. I think a lot of what we're trying to do here is try and make that simpler and easier for people. So in many cases, we're being bold in trying to make the change. I don't want to go too far with how we make that change, because we've got to make it simple. We've got to make it really, really clear, really, really simple product and value proposition for both sides, for both the consumers and our trade members. But if we start to tread a bit too far out of our swim lane, I worry that we'll lose people. So actually, part of what's being bold is not going too far, which is more often than not what Gareth and the rest of my team do, which is ultimately what I think is a good idea on a whiteboard. And then we hand it to far more responsible and capable individuals to turn that into reality. But I think a big part of what we're doing, and again to your point about being bold, is it's actually having a not to-do list. There's so much we could do.
Discussed a lot, isn't it? About being kind of focused.
We have to be quite brutal, because what we really want to do is everything that we do, we want to do it really, really, really well. We don't just want to do everything. We want to focus on the bits that will make the biggest difference. And in terms of being bold, not doing lots of things is really hard, especially because new and shiny. And I'd love to, but we've got to remain focused.
Fantastic. And Gareth, from a, I guess, technical perspective, on the same token, what would you say?
So I think one of the things I think in engineering would be trying to live that be bold value is sometimes you have to take big bets. It's very easy to be very risk averse and just go small iterations, small improvements. But sometimes the only really good way you're going to get that leap forward is to take that big bet. But you still want to try and do it in a low risk fashion. So there's many ways: running POCs, running validations. It can be as simple as, one of the techniques can be test on UI, fake buttons and see how many people click it. There's many sorts of techniques. But sometimes you still need to take that big bet and prove why. And I think we do try and embody that certainly across engineering to really take those big bets where we can see them, where we can justify that the risk is worth taking.
Right, so this is just a bit of fun now, just to kind of find out what makes you tick. So what is, Gareth, the one product that you use daily that you cannot live without?
I would say at the moment it is my Tesla Model Y. I have it through the lease plan here at Checkatrade and absolutely love it. It just makes driving a joy. Can turn on, not quite fully autonomous driving, but still driver assist. And yeah, it's just a wonder to drive with. Incredible sound system. It just makes my commuting an absolute joy. So yeah, I'd say that.
Good one. And Jamie, that's a tough one to follow.
I'm just kind of whittling the list down in my head. In terms of everyday use, I'd probably say my smart home. Something as simple as a smart light bulb in my house. Motion sensor plus light bulb means I don't have to use light switches. I go to bed and I hit one button and it just turns everything in the house off. So for me, I would say it's something I use every day. It's probably that, or let's be honest, Spotify.
Fair play, yeah, you're into your music, aren't you?
Headphones go in and we'll get some work done.
Thank you very much for joining us today. Please don't forget to follow and subscribe below, and see you at the next Checkachats.